Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone is doing really well. Wanted to pop in with just a quick little, mini little training here for you guys here on Wednesday. I hope everybody's doing really well. Today, I wanted to talk about, I've just been doing a lot of coaching with my clients in my program. And, we've been talking a lot about the importance of having a database. A lot of business owners don't function from a place of a database. A lot of people don't even know what that is, what that looks like, or how to even begin working a database. However, I think it is extremely critical that if you use social media to operate a business, if you use social media to run your business, it's equally important that you have a database. So what I want to do today is just really quickly kind of get the conversation started about what is a database? Why should you care? Why is it absolutely critical and monumental to the success of your sales? And why are people not doing it? I just want to start the conversation. And I'd love for you, as I go through, for you to share this video because we need more people to hear this. I think a lot of people focus on strategy, and I think that people don't understand that strategy is not sales. Strategies are trends. They change, they adjust, they're out of your control. The best thing that you can do if you're somebody who wants sustainable revenue that is consistently growing and stacking upon each other, you need to understand the importance of a database. And you need to operate, you need to start and end your day with a database. And so I want to talk about it because I think people don't really understand this and not enough people talk about it. So hello everybody, happy Wednesday. Let me know who's here. Let me know if you're tuning in live or if you're catching the replay. All is good, all is cool. I'll definitely come back and chat it up with you guys. But let me know who's here, who's tuning in, where are you tuning in from? Are you live? Are you new? If you are new here, my name is Ann Keeney. I'm your host here of this community. And my specialty is high ticket selling, and my background, hi Jennifer. My background is human behavior sales psychology. Okay, we're 2 decades into that, so 20 years, this has been my practice. And this is what I teach and focus on in all the sales strategies that I teach. They're backed by science. So, and I think this is really critical and such a huge missing piece in the coaching and service-based niche category. So today I want to talk about database. I want you to understand what is a database, why is it important, why aren't people doing it? So let's start with why people are not doing it. In today's space, I guess we have a lot of people who are focused a lot on instant gratification. We want results fast, we want success quickly, we want everything to be easy. We have a lot of coaches in this space that it's smoke and mirrors. We have a lot of people teaching smoke and mirrors, making everything look so easy, so turnkey overnight, all this stuff. And I think that people starting businesses and running businesses, they fall into this idea and this trap, like, I don't have to work hard. I don't need to do the work. I'm above that. Or they're the exception to the rule, where we see all these extremely successful people who have been 20 years, 30 years, 40 years in this industry, leading the way, paving the way, who are millionaires, 8-figure, 9-figure. And we think that we can come here today and we don't need to work hard like they did. We can have shortcuts, we can have handouts, we can have overnight success, we can have things happen faster and easier for us, and we don't need to do that hard work. And I think that there's a lot of hype around that in the industry, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs don't work hard. I think that a lot of entrepreneurs refuse to do certain things that would propel their business to the next level and would literally pour rocket fuel under their sales, but they're not willing to do that work. And I say that with complete transparency because I spent probably the first 5 years of my business feeling that way. Like, I don't need to do that, or I'm above that, or I'll find an easier way, or I don't want to work that hard. And I have this very entitled attitude and mentality, and I wanted instant gratification. Every single thing I did in my business, I wanted it to produce results quickly. And if it didn't, I wouldn't do it again. Or I would say, nope, that doesn't work for me. What's next? And for me, I think that working and coaching thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs to this point, I see this day in and day out. So many entrepreneurs don't want to do the work. They want that instant hit of gratification. They want the handout. They want the shortcut. They want the fast way. They just don't want to do the work. And I think that a lot of coaches teach that. A lot of coaches are smoke and mirrors, and they make things look and appear to be overnight and easy and simple, and like go live on the beach with your margaritas and like make millions in a funnel. And it's like it's creating this entitlement. It's creating this mentality for entrepreneurs who have big dreams and big goals. It's creating a mentality of laziness. It's creating this mentality of entitlement. And it's creating this energy of, I want it fast, and if it doesn't work, I'm not going to do it again. And if it takes a long time, then I'm not going to do it. Where's the shortcut? Where's the cheat sheet? Where's the secret code? I don't know. It's all of this mentality, and unfortunately and sadly, it's really setting a lot of entrepreneurs up to fail. It's setting so many entrepreneurs. I coach thousands of entrepreneurs at all different levels. From starting their business brand new to multiple 7- and 8-figure coaches. Like, I coach all kinds of people for the last 2 decades, and I see this time and time again of like, and what's the shortcut? What's the easier way? What's the fast route? What's the cheat sheet? What are you not telling me? Where's this overnight thing? And it's like, who told you that was a thing? So I think that the reason people don't want to build a database, and I'm going to share with you what is a database in a minute. The reason that most entrepreneurs and business owners don't want to build a database is because it's not the sexy, fun work, and it doesn't give you instant gratification. People would rather spend weeks building Canva images, building sales pages, launching, doing conversion events, creating course after course after course. People would rather spend months doing that and make really no money than spend a couple of weeks building out a database and generating high ticket sales in a matter of days. And they would rather do the thing that's creative, fun, easy, comfortable, creative, than do the work that produces sales. I'm a sales coach, so I really don't care about strategy. I don't care about funnels. I don't care about what's like the new trend. I care about sales hitting my bank account every day. And if sales are not coming into my bank account every day as a sales coach, that's a huge problem for me personally. A big part of my mentality and why I love sales so much is the abundance of it. And when you focus on the right activity and you do the right activities, you move the needle where money happens very quick, money happens consistently, and it starts to overflow and stack. And I think that just too many entrepreneurs don't want to do that work. And I have people that come to me and they're like, I've been in business for years and I'm not generating 50K months. I'm not even generating 10K months, and I've been doing this for years. Or I have entrepreneurs who are like, yeah, I'm doing multiple 6 figures. I'm doing 7 figures, multiple 7. And I've been maintaining that now for 3, 4, 5 years and I can't seem to get above it. And the answer for me is always the same. You're not focusing on money needle movers. Money needle movers. What are the money making activities that move the needle? And when I say move the needle, what puts sales in your bank account, right? Where's the transactions? Where are the sales hitting your bank account coming from? And at the end of the day, most entrepreneurs are not doing those activities. Sales activities, guys, is not marketing. It isn't building a course. It's not your sales page. It isn't Canva images. It's not you going on podcasts. It's not, building your email list. Those are marketing, visibility, content activities, but they're not sales activities. Those items, those things don't put money in the bank account at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you have to look at, as the CEO of your company, what are you focusing on every day? Where does most of your time get spent? Where does most of your time get spent? When you look at your day-to-day on average, what are you doing the majority of the time, day in and day out in your business? Like, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on creating content? Are you planning? Are you creating Canva images? Are you emailing people? Are you playing in Facebook groups? Are you going on, what are you doing with 90% of your working day? So the working hours, do you work 4 hours a day, 5, 10? I don't know, it doesn't matter. But most of those hours, 90% of that time, what are you doing during 90% of your working day? And 95% of entrepreneurs are doing marketing, content, visibility. And I'm like, no wonder you're not generating more sales, or no wonder you've hit a cap. You're not even doing sales activities. And so this is why most people are not, they don't want to do a database. They don't even want to entertain the idea of working out of a database, building a database, because it doesn't fulfill that instant gratification, and it's not that hit of dopamine that we're looking for, right? Think about when you get a creative idea and you're like, oh my God, this is so exciting, I have a new idea. And all of a sudden, it's like you get a hit of dopamine, you get really creative, really excited, and your whole life is going to happen now. All your dreams are about to come true. You figured it out, like whatever. And then like what? A few hours later, a day later, a week later, you're back down at that low energy again, where you're like not motivated, you're not inspired, you're not creative, and you're like, what happened? And we play this cycle back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's like that these are not sales activities, right? And so that is number one. That's why most entrepreneurs, they don't build a database. Think about a real estate agent. They have a database. That's what they work out of. They have a list, and that's their database. And they're working those leads every single day, because guess what? They are commission-based businesses. So they're business owners. They earn by commission. So if they just wake up and they're like, let me see today, what should we do to generate sales? I wonder who my clients are. I wonder where my sales are coming from. What am I going to do today to get a sale? If that is how a real estate agent operated, they'd be broke. They'd have to go get a job, because they wouldn't be bringing home any commissions. They work out of a database. They have literally a database, and they start and end their day with it. Everything they do is inside that database all day, every day. And that's how businesses need to operate. So that's that part. What is a database? Okay, so a database is not your email list. A database is not your social media followers, and a database is not your Facebook group. A database is a list inside of a system. I don't care, like you could use a spreadsheet, you could use a CRM system is not a database, just to be clear. But you could use a spreadsheet, you could use a Trello board. We use GroupTrack. All of our leads, we have like 20-something thousand leads. They are in GroupTrack with tags and labels and notes and follow-up dates and touch points and reminders. And at any given moment of any given day, I can filter that list by tags. So for example, I can go in that database and I can filter and say, show me all of my leads that are qualified for X program and are ready to buy. Who are my buyers today? I could filter and pull up a list of those people in 5 seconds. And if I wanted to bring in 5 sales today, or 10 sales, or 20 sales, and I didn't want to do a launch, and I didn't want to throw money at advertising, I didn't want to do a whole bunch of things, I literally don't need to. I don't even need to post on social media. I can open up my database, I can filter according to tags that we use and different filters that we use, and I could pull up a list of qualified buyers, and I could say, great, so these are the people I'm closing today. These are the people I'm closing this week. These are the people that I'm going to sign into this program this month. And we stack our sales. We never, ever are dry. Our sales pipeline is never dry. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think a day goes by that we don't generate a sale in my company. Rather, it's a $7 sale, a $17 sale, or a $20,000 sale. We have sales every single day in my company, and it's because of my database. It is not my email list. It's not my social media followers. It's not the content I post on social media. It's not the 3,000 emails, and it's not the conversion events. We generate sales every day in my business because I have a database. So I use GroupTrack. You can use a spreadsheet. You can use a Trello board. I don't care what you use. You need a system, because every strategy needs to have a system. You need a system where you can put people's names in there, and you can put notes and dates and follow-up reminders, where you can put tags, you can put categories, whatever you want, a tagging system, you can color code, you can do whatever you want. And you need a system for tracking every single lead. Every day, let me ask you if this is how you operate. A lot of you will relate to this because this is how most entrepreneurs function each day. Most of the entrepreneurs I talk to wake up in the morning and they turn their computer or their laptop on. They open social media profiles. They open 100 browsers or a bunch of browsers. They look at all these things and they just start checking boxes. If I asked them, who are you closing in your program today? They would have no clue. They couldn't give me names. They couldn't give me buying timelines. They couldn't put a face to the name of the people. And if I say, how are we closing sales today? They don't know. They don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to put out some content. I'm going to go live. I'm going to send an email. I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to do a TikTok video. I don't know, right? 90% of entrepreneurs, that's how they operate. They think the people they're connected with on social media are sales. And they just start like selling and pitching and promoting and launching and telling the world about their offers. And they're like, yeah, that was my sales activities. That's marketing. That's not sales. I operate, my sales team. The reason we generate sales every day is because we operate from our database. I don't open any social browsers. The very first thing that my sales team and I do when we rise in the morning and start our workday, the very first thing we do is open GroupTrack, which is our personal, that's just what we choose to use as a database. We open it and we filter hot, warm, and cold leads. We start our day with hot leads, we end our day with hot leads. And then in between, we work the warm and the cold, right? So every day, cold leads are turning warm leads are turning hot leads are buying. Every day, every single day. And we don't open Facebook. We don't open Instagram or LinkedIn. We don't do 300 pieces of content. We do 3 pieces of content a week. 3 pieces of content a week. Very strategically, that's all we do. The rest of what we do, you don't see because it's in a database. And we are in conversations and we are pushing people to content and we are nurturing and we're doing touch points and we're having conversations and we're moving every single lead through the sales pipeline from cold to close. I can tell you who's buying from me in 6 months from now because we have a list of people where we've had conversations and they said, I will be looking to work with you, or my buying timeline is 6 months from now. I want to finish, working with the current coach I'm working with, or I got something going on or whatever. This is the time. I have people on my database who said in 3 months from now, January, February, I'll be ready. June, I'll be ready. We have a database of buyers every single day. All we have to do is pull up that database, filter our tags, and then go move the people. We are moving the leads in that database every day. And people think, oh, my email list is my database. No, it isn't, because you don't know nothing about those people. In your database, you're working every lead. So for example, I know the names of my buyers in 6 months. I know that they have kids. I know they've worked with a lot of coaches and didn't get results. I know how much money they make. I know their mindset. I know their attitude. I know their skill level, their sophistication level around what I teach. I know what they think about sales. I know what they want to think about sales. I know their marketing activities. I know how many clients they have. I know how many clients are in what programs. I know what programs they have. I know what they've tried in the past that worked and didn't work. I know how they love to be coached and supported. Most of them, I know the kids' names, if they have kids. I know if they're married or single or dating or whatever. I know if they live in New England or if they live in Maine. I know if they love French bulldogs or if they love another type of dog. I know their hobbies and how they spend their free time. I know the last book they read. I know what they're reading right now. I know what platforms they're spending their time on. I know their favorite podcasts that they binge on. I know like what books they have on their bookshelf. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? That's a database. That's a database. I know what their goals are. I know what they want to do with the money that they want to create. All of it. I literally know all of that about the people in my database because that's what we're doing in that database. That's how you work your leads. That's not your email list. You don't know all of that about the people on your email list. You don't know all of that about the people in your Facebook group, especially if you're someone who's only growing your audience, but you're not doing anything with them. You don't have them going through a certain pipeline or process. You don't have a system for taking them from cold to close. You're just kind of like building an audience on social media, which, by the way, you don't own that. And that can be taken away from you. And then what? That's not like sales. That's not a sales database. Okay. I don't see enough people talking about this. I see everybody teaching you courses and conversion events and like launching and funnels and like nobody's teaching you sales. No one is teaching you like sales psychology. Once you move this database and you build the database, how the hell do you convert these people? How do you talk to them? What do you say to them? What is the conversation? Like, what are you doing to nurture them and to build trust in record-breaking time and get these people over the finish line wanting to buy from you and actually putting money in your bank account and you're making an impact? What is the conversation to do that? What does your mindset need to be? What are you saying in these conversations? What words are you using? What's the language? How do you even start a conversation with somebody? There's all these different things, and it's like nobody's teaching it. Everyone is teaching a strategy. And the problem with this is we have a whole lot of amazing humans with really big goals and a lot to offer to the world who are chasing strategy and chasing sales because they don't actually know how to sell. And they operate out of social media, which cannot, like, you don't own that. That can be taken away from you. That is not a database. So the way that I teach my clients is build a database, and you start with the people in your current ecosystem. So guys, your ecosystem is your email list. It is your Instagram connections. It's your LinkedIn network. It's your Facebook friends. It's the people in your Facebook group or on your text messaging list. That's your ecosystem. What you want to do is reverse engineer that. So you're building your audience, you're growing your network. How do you move them to get them in a pipeline where we're moving them from a cold lead in our audience, in our ecosystem, to someone going through a process, a strategic process in our sales pipeline that's moving them from cold to close? How do you do that? Because a lot of you guys think, oh, I'll just launch. I'll just do a conversion event. I'll just sell my offers on social media every day. I'll just email 50 times a week. I'll just do a bunch of posts. I'll just be on all the platforms. I'll just do all this stuff. And I want you guys to understand that marketing, content, visibility, and sales are all different things. They're not equal. They are designed to produce different things. And marketing and content creation and visibility is not a sales activity. And I want you to understand that your ecosystem is your social media connections, your Facebook group, your email list. That is your ecosystem. A database of qualified buyers is a specific system. So like, again, a spreadsheet, a Trello board, a group track, whatever you use or would use, it's names of people that you're putting through a process. We call them touch points. We call them touch points. And what we do is with our hot leads, we do a touch point a week. With our warm leads, we do a touch point every 2 weeks. And with our cold leads, we're plugging them in and we're moving them fast from cold to warm really quickly, like a few days to a week. You got to move people, guys, through a system and through a pipeline. Otherwise, you're just building an audience of a bunch of people and you're just going to blanket sell. Blanket selling is where you're like, I have an offer and I need sales, so let me tell everybody about my offer. But the truth of the matter is, guys, no one cares about your offer. Nobody cares about your programs. No one's buying your program. Nobody cares about your program. People want results, they want experience, and they want transformation. And so how do you know what to sell to people? How do you know what someone wants? If you're not talking to them, you're not connecting with them, you don't know anything about them, you don't even know their name. If I pulled up someone on randomly in your Facebook group and I said their name, you wouldn't even be able to put a face to it. If you give a name from somebody in my Facebook group, I can put a face. I can probably tell you so much about them, it'd blow your mind. Because we're working those leads, we're building relationships with them, we're building trust. Sales comes from trust. And then we're learning how to effectively communicate our offer to them the transformation, the experience, the results in a way that works for them, because we know them, because we talk to them, because we know the words they use, we know the thoughts they're having, we know the pain, we know the gain they want, we know all of this. So we can effectively communicate, which gets them over the finish line in record-breaking time. So I wanted to come in. This is a very in-depth conversation, guys. This goes very, very deep. I want to scratch the surface of just getting you guys to understand that 90% of what most business owners are doing in their business isn't a money needle mover. It's not moving the needle to sales in your bank account. It might be getting you a new lead. It might be adding someone to your Facebook group. It might be getting someone to say they're interested in your free thing. I mean, you might be getting little tiny results of things, but like, if you're running a business, you want to generate sales, because sales means there's a transaction that's taken place for someone who wants to be impacted by you, which is the whole goal of why we're here. We want to impact the world and make a great income doing it. And so if you're not closing sales and you're not making money, you're not impacting anybody. No one is getting anything from you, right? Like, they're just sitting in your online space. And I want you guys to understand that if you shifted your mindset and first started by understanding what sales activities are and what are the fastest ways to move the needle toward the sales in the bank. And again, guys, like I said, I could go on my computer right now and I could close 10 sales. I could do that every day. My sales team closes 1 sale a day minimum. And the reason that we're able to do that is because we don't focus on trends. We don't chase strategies. We're not like sending 50 emails. We do 3 pieces of content a week. We have 200 conversations a day. We close a sale a day. We aren't putting money in the bank account every day because we work out of a database. If I just opened up my Facebook group and I'm like looking at all the people and like, oh, who do I think could close today? How should I get a sale today? I don't know where my sales are. And if I asked you, like, who are the 5 people that you're going to close this month? You probably don't even know. You probably can't even give me names because you're like, I don't know. And if I say, what are the 3 things you're going to do this month to generate an extra 5, 10, 20 plus $1,000 this month? Like, what are the money making activities you're doing? Most entrepreneurs, they give me content. They give me marketing. They give me these things. It's like, yeah, but those are not sales activities. I asked you, what are you doing to put money in your bank this week? And again, people are like, sales page, I'm going to go live, I'm going to send some emails, I'm going to send some posts. Like, no one is working out of a database and no one is doing sales activities. Everyone's marketing, everyone's creating content or creating new stuff all the time. I want you guys to understand the difference, because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors in this space right now, especially in like the coaching space, of like, just slap up this funnel that we did, like plug it into your company and like go. And like 90% of the people going through that don't even are not remotely close to having what they need in place to actually make that funnel do that for them. And most of the time it doesn't even happen. Or they're teaching you strategies that 1, you're not set up for, 2, are not in alignment for you, and 3, took them years to get working for them. And so I really focus on actual sales activities, sales skill, and sales strategy. My goal is that my clients are making sales every single week. No doubt about it. And it's not about creating more content. It's not about being on all the platforms. It's not about having a website. It's not about having images. It's not about a brand. It's not about emailing your list to death. It's not about throwing offers out every day. 90% of what we do to generate a sale a day, nobody on social media sees. And the reason is because we're not doing it from social media. My Facebook group and my social media platforms are not sales activities. That's not where I go to generate sales today. To generate sales today, I'm not opening Facebook. To generate sales today, I'm not going on Instagram. I'm going to my database and I'm working my leads, right? So I hope this has been helpful. I'd love to hear what questions you have about this. I would love to hear any questions you have, any thoughts you have, any more further clarification that you need. This is a much deeper conversation because no one teaches this. Nobody talks about this. But this is the sales work. Okay. Hopefully this has been helpful, guys. Share this out. Say hello. Let me know if you're